Hey, welcome back to Uriel's Lantern. If you listened to the Radiant Prayer of today, you might have seen I'm feeling kind of fiery. So you can expect that one today. A couple days ago, I got this internal message that I needed some rest. I needed to calm down. I'm a chemist, so I think of this as when you shine lasers on elements, they might start glowing, and that's because the electron pops up to some higher level and then falls back down and shoots off light. And I felt like I was in this excited state. My body, I've been battling these fucking criminal judges for 5 years straight, and I think I might have just delivered a killing blow. I literally think some of these judges are gonna die. They're going down. When I've watched people, like, their marriages failed. I watched them where they were like in pure humiliation begging the judge to let them out of a case. Physical ailments. One of the guys that was fighting with me, he withdrew his lawsuit, and he was like, I'm under like some kind of physical attack. I can't even do it. And I'm not doing like black magic or something dark to these people. Just, I know that if they mess with me, I have a process to deal with them, and it hurts to go through that process. It hurts to do it. It's hard to do. But I'm not even on the receiving end, and the receiving end sucks. But today, I'm feeling like, I guess a couple days ago, I don't even know how to rest well. I'm like a workaholic. And a proud workaholic. I remember reading something when I was like 8 years old about Calvinism. And in that, there was, basically your great works that you do can get you into heaven. And I was like, that's amazing. That sounds so awesome. If I just work hard, I get to go to heaven. And I know that's not what most people think Jesus preaches. I'm not even saying it's correct, but it sure does feel good. Sure does feel good to believe that, if I just work hard, I can make it there. So since I've been 8, maybe I was 9, I don't quite know. I didn't work all that hard in school, but then I came across that line in a little history book, and I was like, yeah, that's for me. And since then, I've been getting like straight A's. I became a PhD chemist. I got honors. So I graduated with honors from Texas A&M. So I'm feeling. So I had to call in this energy to rest and relax, and I literally was doing a radiant pathway on myself to help me relax, because it's not my strength. And I don't need too much. I bounce back from a lot of shit. I have gone through an awful lot of shit in my life, and I bounce back. That's it. It's like in my heart. It's in my DNA. You can't fucking hold me down. That's what's in my heart. But I was getting called to rest. I could feel it, that the grace that I wanted to enter into my life, it couldn't or wouldn't do it when I was in that excited state. And it was telling me, you gotta bring it down. You gotta be calm, and you gotta be in a place to receive. And some of that's like, I'm in this fucking defensive posture. I'm like a martial artist. There's this phrase called a belligerent claimant. And a belligerent claimant is somebody that's like, hey, you harm me, and I have these rights. But you only have rights that you defend. You just saying, I have rights, doesn't do shit. Nobody cares. But if you say, I defend these rights, and you know how, okay. All right, now we're getting somewhere. You only have the rights that you can defend. So, go tell a corrupt judge I have rights, and watch what happens. They fight you. They try to squish you. They'll gaslight you. They'll harm you. And you got to hold it in your heart, and you got to be a belligerent claimant. The fuck I don't have this right. And you got to hold that. You got to hold that energy. And that's the posture of defense. But when you're in that posture, it's hard to receive. You know, when you're like in the middle of martial arts, I'm like using my black belt in law to go fight these guys day in and day out. And now the universe is telling me, hey, it's going to be time to receive. And I'm like in ninja mode, fucking doing kicks and somersaults and shit. And then and Spirit's telling me, oh, you can't receive like that. So it's this like spiritual gymnastics that you have to do to go from one mode of I'm here to defend myself, I'll die on this hill, I'll fucking murder all of you with divine authority if you keep fucking with me, to hey universe, that's a lovely gift, thanks so much, thanks for stopping by, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, it's like, so it just took me a couple days to get back into that spot, and I knew I needed help. Know thyself. I'm a workaholic. Proud. I love it. I love my work. I love what I do. What I do mostly is suing the government. Oh, and I love it. It's a target-rich environment. There's a lot of bullshit that's happening these days. So there's like a endless realm of lawsuits and work to do. So I rested. I made the magical call on myself, and I manifested some peace and rest. And today, it just feels different. Today feels like action, not rest, action. So I put off a couple things, and I said, I'm not quite feeling this yet. I told myself I was going to do it Saturday. Nah, I needed to rest. Told myself I was going to do it Sunday. Nah, I needed to rest. Today's Monday, and I'm feeling fiery. So that spirit, that righteous anger at my circumstances, at those that are harming me, those that have robbed me, those that have stolen from me, those that took my fucking kids. Oh, righteous anger. Divine authority. And I'm doing it with their consent. That's the thing that's amazing to me. Because the second that you steal from someone, the second that you harm them, you are consenting to the liability. You got it? If you harm someone and they harm you back, it's not the same. Whoops. It's not the same. You know, it shouldn't be this cycle of escalating violence, but it should be, you know, your act of self-defense is not the same as their aggression. So, I'm feeling fire. I'm spitting fire today. And this walk is to get me aligned. You know, I didn't wake up exactly thinking this is where I'll be, but man, this is where I am. And this fiery, righteous anger is a great place to do legal work from. Some of my nastiest punches and my nastiest jabs come out of this energy. So before I like to do all my work, I like to get aligned. I want all of me feeling this. I want all of me delivering this. So that's what we're going to do today. Apparently I'm going to do it while going uphill. My easy mode walk down ended. Now I'm on the steep part. So look, heart, we're going to have a vision where we do all this work and it works out for us, and thing after thing after thing falls beneath us. We have trampled on our snakes, our vipers, and our scorpions. Nothing can touch us. Nothing can harm us. This is our victory path. This is triumph, and not just little triumph. This is everybody that tried to harm us goes down. Tower moment, crushing defeat, humiliation. You know, I'm after the point of having offered them an opportunity to cure. So I'm coming with divine authority for injury that has been to me with their consent, with an opportunity to cure, and they didn't. Oh boy. Oh, you have unleashed me. You have unleashed me. I have every kind of command and authority I could ever hope for. And this shit's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt bad. Whew. So, body, mind, heart, soul, and action, we gotta get in alignment. So my body, I do this stuff a lot. It might take you more, but you gotta get inside your body. For a lot of people, you need to do this in like a calm, meditative state. I'm action-oriented, so I gotta walk. I gotta move. Sometimes I can just sit and meditate, do some Reiki. And I have times for that, but right now I gotta move. I gotta feel this. The oxygen I'm breathing in, going through my lungs, burning that fire. I can hold my hand gripping a little tighter than I need to. I can feel it squishing my sleeve up into my palm. I can feel it, my kind of vest here, my hoodie, moving up along my other wrist too. Kind of clutching my fist a little bit so I can feel my thumb kind of tucked in there. My left knee has like a little ping. So I'm just scanning my body, I'm just like, hey, what's going on? I'm using my mind's eye. I'm not focused on the talky bits of what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to think through what I'm feeling. So I feel a little bit in my lower back. I can feel some tightness in my glutes as I go up this hill. Feel a little sweat on my brow. So I'm feeling inside my body. I feel aware. I feel like I can call this stuff in. I'm telling every cell in my body, every cell, we're all aligning today. We're aligning to fiery justice. All right, next up we need our heart. Hey heart, it's lovely to see you today. Thanks for being my heart. You do a great job. I'm pushing you in more than one way right now. Making you pump blood, asking you to open up. That's a lot, but you're tough. We've done this before. So heart, I see you as a flower that hasn't unfurled. If you could please unfurl. I can feel it doing it. And inside there, I see a little sacred flame. I'm gonna say, hey, sacred flame, we gotta grow. We gotta grow. I think of this as my divine spark. Now it's raining just a little bit. All right, divine spark. We're breathing in. And with each breath, we're going to breathe in justice. And with each breath, we're going to breathe in judgment. We're going to breathe in divine authority. We're going to remember that we're acting with their consent. They harmed us. I'm not doing this out of violence. I didn't start this fight, but I'm sure as fuck gonna end it. Yeah, the divine likes it. More of that, it says. So heart, you just keep growing. Divine spark, you just keep moving. Yeah. I don't normally see it shouting, like sparklers. My heart, when it burns, normally just stays contained. Not this one. I see it like sparklers. It's shooting off rays, shooting off these little shooting stars. I know where they're going. They're going to the people that harm me. And woe unto you. You done fucked with the wrong dude. Righteous anger. Thank you, heart. All right, so the big question is, what do we have to release? You know what I'm going after. Going after justice. going after judgment, going after peace, going after calm, letting these bastards let me go. So you tell me, heart, what do I need? What do I need to let go of? God and the divine, help guide my heart. What's in there? First off, you don't deserve justice. The hell I don't. I have divine authority. I have their consent. I gotta make my earn. Hey, heart, I'm gonna hash some consciousness I no longer need. Help me build this. Me and earn. I'm seeing like a coffin, but I think it's child-sized. So it's just, that to me is a gauge of how much consciousness I got to drop. It's going to let this come in. Oh, and it picked up right then. All right. Well, I don't deserve justice. We're going to scoop that out of our heart, place that in this coffin. This green coffin, energetic coffin. I tend to see like the seed of life or the flower of life design in mine. All right, heart, what else is keeping me from divine justice, divine judgment? What's holding me back? And it says, you can't conjure this. The fuck I can't. Oh, I'm a master manifester. I'm a conscious creator. My whole body is going to be aligned for this. You know, whatever subconscious program is running that says I can't do this, we're going to scoop that out and put that down. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know where I am on this world. All right, heart. What else do we have here? Something like God doesn't want this for you. Bro, my God is a giving God. My God is warmth and kindness. My God will teach lessons all day long to the repentant and to the best-hearted people alike. We're all here for growth. God loves me. So, heart, don't you run that program. That isn't welcome here. My God is great. I'm going to scoop that one out. That feels big, man. I'm going to scoop that out. Place that consciousness in this coffin. Now I see this stuff coming off my heart is like mud. Mud I no longer need. I think there's a second scoop of that one with God. Look, bro, me and God are tight. Whatever stuff I had before, that most certainly doesn't serve. I got one more. Whew. Oh. Yeah, that one felt big. God won't give this to me. No. This is my birthright. God planted this in me. God grew this in me. God's gonna harvest this out of me. You know, that's not an accident. That's not a you don't deserve this. He's like purposely pulled the strings to get this all to be like this. So no thank you. No, we got this. Oh. And I feel lighter. I don't know what to tell you, man. Taking these thoughts and taking this consciousness that no longer serves. Like, I know I'm facing some shit. And I think most people would have maybe a harder time doing this. But, you know, I'm just here mining. You know, I want my new body. I want my new life. I want my new experience. And this is the shit that's got to go. If you want a different life, you got to change. And if you don't do it consciously, you're going to do it unconsciously. Because you're already broadcasting. You're already a master manifester. All right? You are manifesting everything in your fucking reality right now. But you're not in control. You're not taking the path, the righteous path, the radiant path. You got to walk that path. You got to build it. You got to build the path. Otherwise, you're just like strolling through a forest. And there's nothing wrong with strolling through a forest. I did it for 46 years, and I still figured it out. But that's because Spirit had to act like a fucking bumper rail in when you're bowling. You know, the bowling alleys that you have the gutters, but you also have the gutter guards. You know, I had to have my spirits intervene all the freaking time, be like, no, dumbass, can't go there. No, he's still doing it. Yep, that's his head banging against the wall. Will this guy ever open his eyes? You know, loving, but frustrated. Validly frustrated. So you got to consciously create. Because whatever you have unconsciously created got you here, right? And whenever you did that, you're still unsatisfied. You're not living your highest and best. And why not? Because you're not fucking consciously creating it. You're waiting for something. You're waiting for the universe to just fucking hand it to you. Or maybe you don't deserve it, so you're limiting yourself. You know, this is a dance. It's a dance with the universe. It's a dance with you, the other aspects of you, with God. And you got to participate. And you can just stand on the edge doing like a Charlie Brown dance. Or you can fucking consciously manifest. I'm encouraging the latter. All right. What else do we have? Heart, is there anything else we want to do today? You're never going to win because you're a loser. Bro, we talked about this before. I have survived so much shit, it is unreal. Maybe before I was a victim, but now I'm victorious. No, I'm going to stomp them. Divine authority, their consent, past the point of cure. No, man, it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. Dick's out for Harambe. We're doing this. We're doing this. All right. I think that's good enough for now. There might be more, but I want to keep going. Some other guy, I had this little coffin. Oh, shit. Well, it was child size because of my inner child. Is there something here about my inner child? You know, I pull up negative things all the time, but my inner child just said, you got this. Yeah, bro, we do. So I don't know if there's something we got to give to Gaia. Maybe just a little touch of that experience too. Put that in with some love and some joy. Don't just give her all the dead detritus we got to get rid of, but a little bit of joy too. Yeah. So now with my mind's eye, I'm going to lower this casket down to earth. I'm going to see it absorbed by Mother Gaia. Because God, will you take this? She says, of course, my love. And I say, thank you, dear. Now, I can see that in my mind's eye is done. So whenever we do something like this, we take a deep breath. We let out a sigh. It's done. That is done. Let every cell in my body, let my mind, my awareness, my heart, my soul know that. It's done. Stuff is gone. Now we want to build the new. We want to build the new. So what we're going to do, we're going to start by building a light body around us. So we're going to pull earth energy up from below. And we can feel Mother Gaia kind of pushing this rust-colored energy up through our feet, up through our core, up through our third eye and our crown, and up to God, up to the sky. And we can feel Father Sky bring this bright white light down. For some reason, I feel a sun ringing in my left ear. Don't know what that is, but all right, Father Sky, come on down. Straight through my crown, this bright white light, straight through my crown, straight through my third eye, through my body, out my feet, down to Gaia's awaiting hands. And now I got this up and down, just pushing this pole. Oh, it's moving through me. Now inside my heart, I can feel it mixing with my sparkles. They're still shooting off. All right, we're gonna pinch in there. We're gonna pull out this little golden thread. We're gonna breathe life into it. And now it's moving around. It's like a little snake. It's like a fire hydrant or like a fire hose that's got water in it. And it's just pouring this golden light out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'll plug it into my light body. It's like a sphere that's around me. And I'm going to put this golden light into it. Pure golden light. And I've been called to, for years I only did this with just the heart, but I feel called to do it with all my chakras. So I'm going to pinch down by my thigh and pull golden threads or whatever color threads. I actually see them multicolored all the way up through my crown. And I'm going to plug that into my light body too. And these things it's like this rainbow. It's kind of like a bubble, like a soap bubble, when you're looking at it and it's got that like sheen of different colors on it. That's what I'm seeing around me right now. And each time I breathe into it, I'm going to breathe in justice. I'm going to breathe in judgment. And I don't mean like I'm judging these people. I mean like spiritual judgment has already happened. It already happened in the spirit world. And I'm just breathing it in because I'm going to give it life down here. I won the second they harmed me. So justice has been had this entire time. Judgment has been had, but I'm just now figuring out how to call this in. So that's what I'm filling into my light bubble. Yeah, I'm going to fill that with some righteous anger. How dare you? How dare you harm me? I even feel that divine judgment in there. Don't you touch my anointed ones. Don't you touch the elect. Don't you touch the chosen. God warned them too. I mean, I'm doing this on my own, but God told them, don't do this. They did it anyways. Don't mock God. Whatever magic I think I can do is nothing compared to God. I know we're all God and I know we're all co-creating, but I'm like a spark. God is the flame. God's that eternal flame. That infinite energy source, man. They fucked with the wrong dude. All right, now I'm assuming that's a pretty good light body. I'm assuming that one's gonna work. All right, so now we gotta make a memory orb. And I forget what the movie was where they're like making core memories. You have kind of like this glass marble, and you can look inside the glass marble, or like the crystal ball, and you can see your memory play out. That's what we're going to create, but it's something that hasn't happened yet. So this is part of the manifesting, that we're creating this moment. So to do this, I want this justice pretty soon. So, if you think it's going to take a long time, you might skip forward 10 years. And if you want it done tomorrow, you might try that. I'm hoping all this shit's going to be resolved within like the next 3 months. So, the law is slow. So I'm going to jump forward 6 months. And the things that are on my brain are kind of these mortgage and loan little guys, my practice things. So I got some of that I got to work on today. And I talked about it before, but I'm in my office. I'm sitting in my office and I have a wall display of I framed various checks and various court orders, and they're all wins. They're all giant wins. I fucking smashed them, and it's my my wall of glory that I have created in my office. And I see it as like one big picture frame that has lots of them in it. And sometimes I see it, my girlfriend likes to make these kind of like picture displays where there's like 10 photos and they're all in different frames. So that's acceptable too. It kind of flip-flops in my head between those. But regardless, it's this big wall that has checks I've cashed and orders I've received where I've won or things are dismissed or whatever. But it's all my victories. Picture me standing next to the car. And sorry if there's not enough context, but wall of victories, wall of legal victories. And then, I've been fighting this like black collar cartel. These guys are dirty and evil and mean. And I feel black magic, man. I feel like I have been spiritually attacked by these people. I feel it's demonic, not just like crooked, but devil energy in there. No, thank you. They're gonna get shocked. They're gonna get zapped. I'm gonna zap them. So, I'm gonna put the order when I get my kids back. Put that up there. That wall of victory. And then there's gonna be some newspaper articles where some of these guys die. They just refuse to change, so they die. And God lets them, God in his mercy lets them die. They pray for death and they get it. But others, that don't work. You got too much karma. You're going to have to work it off in this life. They're going to jail. They're paying. They're paying, and their property is forfeit. All the things that they tried to do to me, it's going back to them. I'm rubber and you're glue. And all the shit you tried to do to me will go back to you. Yeah, sucks to suck, bro. So I got some news clippings. I got news clippings of these things going down. Shouldn't have messed with me. Shouldn't have harmed me. Should have cured. But you didn't. Now I feel that hammer drop. That hammer drop. It's like the gavel drops. I can see it. And I feel relief. And they do not. They feel anguish, pathos, doom. But that's their karma. That's their karma. I didn't do that to them. Let's see if I can get some of this off of there. That's their karma. Wipe that slate clean for me. And start a new life of pain and purification for them. Now, I don't want it to be permanent, because that's harsh. I just want it till they repent, they apologize, and they feel in their soul that what they did was wrong. And until then, they got debts to pay, karma to repay, and they're not going to be able to do it alone. That's on their bloodline, man. Their whole bloodline's going to feel this. This is a curse on their family, because they didn't just do this to me. I'm like a dude, right? There's like 600,000 fathers that go through family law every year. And that means that there's tens of millions of orders that are out there. Fucking harming men left and right for decades. Nope. I'm here to answer those prayers, boys. I'm gonna fight this. And it feels like I did this by myself. Tom helped me. Tom Camarada. But it feels like I did this by myself. But I know that God was there. Whoops. Woo! God was there. So, in action, I did it mostly by myself. But God and the Spirit there for me the whole time. I know that. I'm no dummy. So what I want are these kind of boring memories. So my son comes in and he says, "Hey, Dad, can I play some Minecraft?" And I say, "Sure, kiddo." My daughter says, "Hey, Dad, can we go get my nails done?" And I say, sure, kiddo. Got a little confirmation burp there. Yeah, buddy, we'll do your nails again. Oh, this one is into tarot. Dad, can you help me get a new deck? Sure, baby. She's my first little baby. And that's it, right? Like, you don't need these like mega complicated, and I just saw a whole bunch of birds flying in my path. That feels like confirmation. And right there's 3 of them. And the universe is alive. That's what I was saying. This thing is consciousness, right? You see a bird, and over here there's grass, and I'm stepping on rocks and dirt, and I see my hand and my palm and the lines in my palm, and you think of these things as just like objects. But I'm telling you, I see consciousness. This is now consciousness. You know, when like Neo in the Matrix starts seeing everything as code, it's what it is. It's consciousness. And maybe it even works just like freaking code. And I don't know if every single part of every single universe and all existence works like that, but this stuff is all consciousness. And I'm consciousness. I'm a part of it. You know, consciousness beats my heart, makes my brain think, moves me along, moves my body. You know, mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. Well, how are they all operating? Through consciousness. One big consciousness. Yeah, and it picks up the rain again. Consciousness. It's all consciousness. So that's what I'm interacting. So now, I think those are some pretty good memories. You know, sometimes I want some barriers. So we're going to put some boundaries of like, we're going to seal this memory. I'm going to put like a flower of life design around this glass ball. And it's this white energetic light. And it has specific instructions. And I don't want guilt. And I don't want like anger between me and my kids. We suffered enough. We're going to move past that. That kind of shit isn't welcome here. We're going to infuse it with love. But we're going to keep out guilt and shame and anger. We're just going to be a fucking family again. It's going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. Now, one thing that's super special to me, my son's got a wrestling match. He's pretty young, but he's got a wrestling match, and I was a wrestler. I got an award in the Boston Globe for being like the top athlete in my league. So now I see it in my son. It's in his blood. So he's got his first match coming up. So I got to put one more memory in this thing. Where he wrestles. I want him to win. You can learn a lot from losing, but I want him to win. I see him with his arm raised. Shakes his opponent's hand. Wins his first match, and he feels proud, and I'm there to see it. And that's not far away. So I don't know how I get from here to there. There's a whole lot standing in the way, but I don't fucking care. That's going in. I'm gonna put some Reiki on that. We're calling it in. This one's manifesting. I'm gonna see my son. I'm gonna see him win. All right, universe. That's my memory orb for you today. We're going to put that memory orb into our light body. We're going to lift it all up above us. We're going to send it off with a little push. We're going to breathe life into it. We're going to see it floating up. I hear accept, and I got a big smile with that one. This is coming my way. Oh. Now, that thing is going to grow. And I trust it's going to come. My judgment, my justice, it's coming. I have divine authority. I have their consent. I have been irreparably harmed, and it ends. I have told them, I have given them notice and demand. I told them to cease and dismiss, or cease and desist. I guess I did both. And still, they fucked around. So I'm calling that memory in. Triumph, victory, defeat for mine enemies. I am untouched and unscathed. I get my kids and I see my kids and we're all hanging out. And I heard accepted. And it was accepted with a big old smile. I don't know what that's gonna look like. But I don't have a whole lot of time. I got like 2 weeks before this all has to turn to make that manifest. And it's coming. I'm a gravity well. I'm a gravity well across all dimensions and all time. This universe is gonna bend to bring me there. I wouldn't miss this for the world. Calling it in. So hear me, Spirit. Hear me, Divine. I'm going to be there for my son. I'm going to watch him win his first match. Calling it in. All right, so now what we gotta do is take a big sigh of relief. God said accept. This program's in there. I sent a floppy disk up to heaven, and it's downloading that program now. They're hitting execute. Run this program. Make this happen. The angels are moving out. The heralds are going. The guides are giving warning. And look what's coming. This is what he did next. Look what's coming. Hear ye. Be warned. Yeah, I try to tell the guides of mine enemy, hey, make sure they know this is coming. They should feel this. A little bit of doom, a little bit of anticipation, a little bit of worry, a whole lot of worry, a whole lot of burden, a whole lot of anxiety, filling their heart. And they can all be relieved the second that they prayerfully repent. Know that they did something wrong. Until then, purification and pain. And if and when they ever adjust course and get right, we'll welcome them back with forgiveness and love. But until then, get bent. I know what purification and pain feels like. It does not feel good. Chiseling yourself off piece by piece. Trying to remember who you are at the core. That ain't fun. And it's not going to be fun to do it in those circumstances. Got like a little slip right then. Makes me just feel like that's oh hell. Hell yeah. Gonna hurt. Shit's gonna hurt. No. But God loves him too much not to let him grow. It's a divine love. It's a tough love. It's the toughest love there is. Unfaltering. Oh. All right. So I'm a gravity well. I'm pulling this in. I'm a black star. Pulling it in. It's coming to me. I'm coming to it. Divine justice. Divine judgment. My kids. My property, my income, my sanity, my new memories, they're all coming to me. Calling it in. But thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thanks for letting me build this with you. Thanks for honoring this authority, these commands. We're building it together. Building justice, building judgment, doing it with love, not with anger. Maybe some righteous anger. Righteous anger is okay. Just don't want to move into hurtful anger. I work with forgiveness. If they come correct, okay. Okie dokie. All right, I think that's pretty good for now. I got some personal work I'm going to do for the rest of this. Get some downloads. Get myself ready to fight once again. Receive my downloads. I think I know my next moves. And it's time to act. So thank you, God. Thank you, guides. Thanks, Divine. And, if you're watching this, thanks. Hopefully you're learning something too. Peace.